We need faster storage. Sound familiar? Or what about, no, the storage is good. We need to tune the database. Or maybe a vendor's telling you, it's not our application, it must be your server. How do we know who's right? Often, teams will have very different opinions about the root cause of a performance issue. For a database application, it could be the network, it could be the server or its configuration, it could be limited resources, it could even be the storage. How can we tell? As Jim Barksdale once quipped, if we have data, let's look at the data. If all we have are opinions, let's go with mine. So when diving into a performance issue, experienced DBAs will often ask SQL Server, what are you waiting for? Dynamic Management Views, DMVs for short, can tell us how long SQL Server has to wait for different resources, such as memory grants or disk I/O, and that can be very helpful. But if SQL Server is telling us the issue is storage, some may ask, how reliable is that information? Can SQL Server give an unbiased report on storage? Fortunately, we don't have to take SQL Server's word for it. There's a free utility from Microsoft called DiskSpd that takes SQL Server out of the equation. DiskSpd allows us to benchmark raw performance of storage and doesn't require SQL Server at all. Using it, we can determine how the storage that SQL Server depends on is performing under load. It'll report on write and read latency, on sequential and random disk activity, is very granular and can be extremely insightful. If the results are good, we know to look elsewhere. If the results are not so good, we've identified at least part of the problem. In either case, we've moved from opinions to data. So download DiskSpd and give it a try. It's available on GitHub at github.com/Microsoft/DiskSpd. That's DiskSpd. Even if you're not experiencing problems, benchmarking your system is a good idea.